So let's go from PS3 to PS4 to Xbox One.
Okay.
So,
Man.
what were the launch titles? Do you remember?
Man.
There's one I can remember.
Can we talk about my feelings for the Xbox One? Because I think that's something that I'd like to talk about. Because it's something that I'd like to remember. That was a pretty epic GameStop midnight launch for me, myself, and I. That was probably the most hype that I think I've ever been for a console because of the love that I had for the Xbox 360.
I remember it well because I worked it.
I remember standing in line, at my local GameStop, driving an hour because I was in another city at that point, and had relocated, coming down to buy it and my Kinect sensor, and then hooking it up and playing the greatest Xbox 360, Xbox One launch title of all time, Rise: Son of Rome. The memories that we have together, and going through Waved Combat.
We played many of that.
Rise: Son of Rome. Looking back, that's probably the game that I have the fondest memories of because of the experiences that we had together.
Rise: Son of Rome?
Yeah.
Rise
of going to the Coliseum and
that, like that Roman Review?
Mm-hmm.
Similar? Okay.
Yeah.
You see some similarities there? Okay.
Going to the Coliseum and going through that Waved Combat and just like slaughtering.
We put a lot of time into that.
We did, yeah. We got leveled up pretty quick in Rise: Son of Rome.
Do you remember buying different armor? Royal armor?
Yeah,
I did.
I remember, 100%.
Heck yeah, I like walking around like that. Some
and then you could
armor.
Emote and like what do you want to call it? Like intimidate or antagonize like the enemies. That was super fun.
Amazing game.
Yeah, really. I want to say underrated hidden gem.
Yeah.
Xbox 360 game. Xbox One game. Pardon me.
Right.
Yeah. And even with the Kinect sensor, I think was even pretty good because you could shout. There was a ballista, I think, that you could shoot in some levels. You could call out for your companions to shoot. There were very few, I think, functions.
I never utilized that.
Man, it was good for Rise. And then you're not much of a sports guy, but Madden.
I was like, you had voice commands in Madden, didn't you?
Like you could make hot routes in Madden. So like if you wanted a wide receiver to run straight towards the end zone, you could be like, hey, guy, or like make a specific command to have your receiver move a certain way, which I thought was super cool.
Yeah, that would be.
And even being able to turn your TV on, right? And
voice command was pretty for its
innovative
time.
Back in the day.
Yeah, it
right?
was innovative. I would have to agree with you on that. Yes.
Being able to plug your DirecTV box or your Comcast box into your HDMI in
they had so much going on.
Yeah.
Yes, they tried to do so much, and it was probably the Corvair of its industry.
Yeah, and it was way ahead of its time.
Corvair. Gentlemen out there, you probably know what a Corvair is. Way ahead of its time. Didn't get the love it deserved.
Yeah. And it's sad that that's where the Xbox started to fall.
I don't know if I would say it would.
Well, it was
fall.
you had to buy the Kinect at launch with the Xbox.
That was its gimmick. That was its draw. That's where. Okay, so I remember when it came out. I believe the Xbox One with the Kinect was $3.99.
It was like $4 or $5.99.
Let's say it was $4.99.
It was like PlayStation was $3.99.
Yes.
Xbox was $4.99.
And it was the $100 difference that gave you the
Kinect
Xbox
sensor.
One, yes, and gave you the Kinect sensor. And that's when Xbox came out and said, well, we don't need to give you the Kinect sensor that bad. We can lower our price $100.
Yeah, but that wasn't at launch, though. That was...
Well, because PS4, I think, was outselling Xbox One.
Did they come out... It was because they were a week within each other, right?
Yes,
Man,
and I believe
memories of the launches. We
Oh
could.
my
That's
goodness.
another conversation we could both have.
I'm trying to remember. Did Xbox come out first or PlayStation?
I think
4?
I think PlayStation was a week beforehand.
I want to say you're correct. We can always Google it and find out for sure, but there was some deciding factors that helped certain people, and I remember PS4. If we go back to PS3, you had PS3 and 360. Remember, PS3 came out with that cell processor that was supposed to be so much more incredible over the 360 processor,
right?
Or the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem was that developers had trouble developing for that cell processor that the PS3 had.
Mm-hmm.
So when the PS4 and the Xbox One came out, they were pretty much on par for their processors, if I remember correctly. There were some differences, but the PS4, I think it came out a week earlier. They didn't try to pull any other tricks. They stayed in line with Xbox, and I think they really pulled people away from Xbox, and that really had to make Xbox think, what are we going to do to bring it back to us?
Right, and it's crazy that Xbox had all the momentum.
It did.
Going into that generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy that they lost so much going from... Because everybody that I know jumped from... Well, most people that I know jumped from 360 to PS4.
Yeah, they did.
When it's just so easy to stay in the same ecosystem.
Right. And PS4, Xbox, and if we want to talk about different live services,
mm-hmm.
that's a whole nother
topic. That's an episode on its own, for sure, yeah.
So we can talk about that later. PS4, Xbox One. Let's be honest, Sony said, hey, I got a PS4 Slim. Xbox said, we got the Xbox One Slim,
mm-hmm.
S model. Xbox, Series X.
That's an episode.
We have the PS4 Pro. I mean, they kept changing, kept evolving.
Right.
But I guess, we're really talking about games. So, if we're talking PlayStation, God of War is it's a flagship of that console. So over the years, we saw them from PS1, PS2, PS3 really focus on God of War, just as one example.
Which is,
PS4 and PS5, would you say they did the same to focus on that flagship?
Man, I would say starting with PS4, I don't think God of War was the main focus.
I think there were some misses on PS4.
I would say it's probably The Last of Us. I would probably say I would say the Naughty Dogs of the world had come to fruition.
So new IPs.
Yeah, I think
that was the birth.
I think the end of the PS3 life cycle was where you got your flagship PlayStation IPs.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
Your Last of Us, right, being the flagship franchise.
Yeah, Last of Us. Death Stranding.
Yeah, I mean,
there's certain games that have bridged both systems, and as they came out, they knew on the PS4 it could be so much better on the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
Now we played Ghost of Tsushima.
Man, that Yote, I'm about an hour in.
I haven't touched it yet. I need to.
We're getting a Legends mode for that too, as well. Just
well,
gonna
we need
throw
to
that
play the Legends mode.
Yeah.
We still need to do that.
Today's your birthday, so you pick what we play.
We need to do that. Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. Game that totally slipped off my radar that we got no copies of back in the day that I had to go pick up from another retailer that was one of the better gaming decisions I've made in my life.
Which one?
Tsushima.
Oh, okay.
For PS4. It just didn't have a high demand for it, from what I remember from.
It was a quiet title.
Yeah, it was very much another one, Far Cry 3, being another quiet title. Sorry to
Oh, yeah. If you go into Far Cry 3, Far Cry 5, 4 was good.
4 was better than I think most people give it credit for.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I think 2 really got people involved, especially with they had the map creator.
Yeah.
So you could create your own maps and bring your friends in, invite them in, they could play your map. And the one thing I liked about 2 was, there are other games out there, but not many mainstream system games, is the jamming of your weapon. You drop your gun, you pick a gun up out of the mud, and it may jam on you while you're in a firefight.
Yeah.
It's dirty. I mean, really neat aspect of the game.
Right.
I'm very interested in more realistic military type shooters.
Mm-hmm.
Like I play a lot of Insurgency.
Right.
Because I believe the guns really respond more accurately than Call of Duty. I like Call of Duty, don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. But if I want something that's more realistic, I mean, I go to the range often. I'm a range officer and I have many guns. And I can say what guns really respond like when you're shooting. Can you really slide? Call of Duty is a little bit far-fetched, but it's a fun game. I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. But, a lot of people will talk about Tarkov, a PC title.
Yeah. Tarkov, yeah.
So there are many different games out there that, depending on what direction you want to go in, how do you want to train yourself? Are you using your game as a training tool? Think about it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your interests? What do you play mostly? And what do you have fun with? Now, I talked to somebody at work today, and we were talking about gaming during our lunch break.
Okay.
And I was like, I play games to have fun, to relax. We were talking about Elden Ring. Tell me about Elden Ring.
That game holds a special place in my heart. Probably.
I watched you stream it one time, and you died 20 times on the same little level. And I was like, dude, there is no reason I need to play this, because I was stressed watching you play that. There was no point for me. I would not be having a good day.
I would still think that's one of my greatest gaming accomplishments, because it's taught me discipline, right?
I don't disagree. I just that particular game's not for me. It looked amazing, and it was
so good.
You want a challenge?
Yeah, so good. Once you learn it, man.
And a lot of people I know have played it, enjoyed it, and a fantastic game.
One of my top 10 of all time.
Magnificent.
Since I've platinumed that game.
I watched you guys play it. Looked amazing. Played great. I don't need that stress in my life.
It definitely teaches you perseverance, for sure.
I know.
As do all FromSoft games.
Have kids. You'll see what perseverance and struggle is.
Maybe one day.
But anyway, video games. Back to video games.